I got to realize that most of the decisions I made in my past, they were decisions which I didn't want to make. But I made them because I wanted something in return, an exchange. And eventually along the way, it costs something which you cannot even think about. That is the sense of yourself. That is the sense of your worth. Have you ever been in a situation because you want to get something from someone, but the only way you can do it is one thing, is to do something you don't want and get it? That's what I call people pleasing. So in this video, I'm going to talk about a particular woman who is still in that saga of people pleasing. And if that's you, stick around because this video is for you. Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Enid, and in this video I'm going to talk about 4 things. What is people pleasing? What are the invisible way we were taught to people please? What is the cost of it? And how you can stop doing it. Those are the 4 things we are going to go away with today. But before we dive into that, let's first understand what is people pleasing. It might look or sound fancy, and most of us, we take it as to be kindness. But the truth is, it's the opposite way of kindness. People pleasing, it has an exchange in return. It has a condition. It creates an urgency. It creates a mask. That is the simplest way to understand it. And in return, you start to see yourself losing the precious thing you have been carrying because you want to become someone else. Maybe you want to get something else from someone. So that's what people pleasing is. Here are the invisible ways we are taught to people please. But one thing I want to tell you is that what you learned can be unlearned. What you were taught can be untaught. And if you untaught it, meaning it's not something permanent, it's something temporary. The fear of left behind. This is something I struggled with in all of my decisions I made in the past. I wanted to have a belonging. I wanted something more. A woman who had built an empire of fashion, thinking that I have it all, just one thing of a noise started to make me different and started to want to know. This is something which comes out from fear, something which brings out the person, the beast which has never been in you. Learning that love is conditioned. Love has never been conditioned. And that is what I've realized in most of the women I've spoke to. It feels comfortable, it feels nice, it sounds beautiful. But the truth is, you are pleasing someone in return of wanting to be loved. Love has never been conditioned. Love is an condition. It only attracts. It does not take away. It attracts. That's why you need to first love yourself. When you love yourself fully, it starts to attract. Being rewarded to shrink. This is too common, most especially in relationships and marriages. And this has cost a lot of us. This is something which you were taught. As I told you, it can be untaught. Submission does not mean that you have to shrink yourself. Submission does not mean that you have to lose you. Submission does not mean that you have to go small. Peace does not mean that you have to be small. This has cost you your true identity. Your voice, sometimes you wonder why your voice has gone somewhere you cannot even speak anymore because you're still shrinking. And when you're shrinking, you lose even the most part of yourself and you start to be someone else you have never even admired in life. Conflicts are taught as destructive. This is very clear. The Bible tells us we are transformed by the renewal of our minds. That is Romans 12:2, I think. We see conflicts as distractions and we start to be beside them instead of being in the game. seeing them in a different version. That is people pleasing. So uncover it, because it has a mask which was taught, which you learned. So let's unmask it and start seeing opportunity in that distraction, to understand that our minds are the key in everything we do. And this is what it costs. It costs your honesty. We have been saying this in the videos. Let's be honest with ourselves. If you're still pleasing others, it's hard for you to be honest with yourself. Let's first discover and take out all the mask around us and start being us. That's when you understand that honesty comes from you building yourself. It costs your energy. The more you please others, the more you become someone else, the more you go small, the more you lose the precious energy you had. And lastly, your identity and sense of self. You start to lose the purity of the person you're supposed to be, of what God created you to be. How can we stop to people please? Number one, always pause whenever you say every yes. Always pause. You need grace in every decision you make. Not every decision requires you to say yes. That is very important. Whenever you are making a decision in life and you give it a pause, understand the consequences before you make a decision. What will I gain from it? What will I get from it? What will it teach me? This helps you to make the right decision. This is what I learned on my journey, that most of the decisions I made, I just made them through fear. They were just rash decisions, and rash decisions always come from fear. So when you give it a pause, start to reduce the fear in you and start to reason as you, as a woman listening to me. This will help you to stop the unnecessary things which are making you to shrink in the process. Number two, practice the meaning of no. This is too common. We grew up knowing that if you say no, you're being selfish. No does not mean being selfish. No only protects you. It is a fence. Let me bring it this way. It's like a garden. When you have planted things which are worthy, which are beautiful, if you fence it, it is protected. If you don't fence them, they will be eaten by animals. Your no will protect your energy. It will protect you being honest. Your no will protect your sense of self. Not everything comes my way that I will say yes, because I have to first analyze in the process. Is what I'm going to take in line with myself, in line with my values? Mean it when you say it, because it will save you from losing your vision. It will save you from being the one you don't want to be. And if that's what you want, let's practice the meaning of no. And lastly, whenever guilt pops in, never obey to it. Expect it, but whenever it pops in, because you have learned how to overcome, how to lead yourself, how to become yourself, don't obey to a negative thought. Instead, replace it with something positive to drive you to the next level. Whenever you hear it, break it with something positive. I still get guilt popping in every single day. But one thing I learned on a journey, what took me years, now it takes me minutes to understand that this is something which is a negative. So what am I supposed to do? I do the positive way. I disobey it and I move on. Never allow yourself to pop back in the past, because it will cost you again. That's when we start to lose ourselves. You are building yourself today, the next day you're something else. Now that you have heard what we have discussed today, you have heard what people pleasing is, the invisible ways which we are taught, the cost, and how we can overcome it. Always understand what you learned can be unlearned. What was planted in you can be uprooted. Let's uproot whatever which was planted in us. In the era we are in right now, you need to build yourself more than building someone else. You need to become the best version by uprooting what is planted in you, by uprooting what was taken from you, by doing things which are in line with your worth, things which are in line with the person you're supposed to be. Are you doing what you're doing because you want to do it, or because you're afraid of what happens if you don't do it? This is a two-sided. It's between you and afraid of fear, the fear which is going to distract you. So take the side which is going to groom you to become your best version. And if this video felt like this is what you really wanted, this is the awareness I wanted to at least find and understand, don't hesitate to share it to 5 people this week. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and also be part of this community. Last week I talked about how you can bring back your voice which was hidden somewhere safe. In the process, you don't hear it anymore, but you want to bring it back. Check out this video. It will help you on that journey. Thank you so much. I love you. Bye-bye.